Opinion, the Rebel crick-hopper is the best creek/pond fishing lure. One of the main advantages of this for a creek/pond fishing lure is it's small. If you're having a rough day of fishing and you need to catch something, whether it be bass, bluegill, crappie, green sunfish, I've caught catfish on these. These will definitely catch them. The smaller presentation will make any fish think it's an easy meal. And what kind of fish that lives in a pond or a creek does not like grasshoppers? As well as a miniature crankbait version of this, you're also able to get it in a popper, which is a little harder to find, and it's a little bigger than the regular grasshopper crankbait ones. But this can work when there's not as many fish or it's more open water and you need to draw them in more. You're also able to get it as a bee. The bee is pretty good. It dives a little deeper. The wings help pull it down in the water. They all work about the same, but I found these work just a little bit better. Also able to get these lures in green, tan, and red. Brown. Different brown. There are tons of ways to work this lure in the water, especially the crankbait version. Some ways are just pulling it, just popping it like that. You can work it top water. Also just able to steady retrieve it, and that just brings it down. It dives about a few inches down in the water. If you're really going fast, maybe 6. And that is a deadly way to catch fish, especially against rocks. When it's bumping up against rocks, you catch a lot. One key way to work this lure is just once you cast it, just let it sit. This simulates a grasshopper like falling off or jumping into the water. Most of the bites you get will be from just casting it and letting it sit. After that, it's good to just twitch it a few times and sometimes let it rest up to 10 seconds. It really emulates a grasshopper in the water. It really looks like one. Even at really slow speeds, the wobbling action on this bait is tremendous. It really attracts the fish. I find where this lure works best in ponds is places like this, where they have walkways right against the water, and there's not very much brush on the water compared to, say, over here, where it's all like that. Looks like it could be a lot of snags. But right around here, if you go up to the edge, like say on this little point right here, and you would throw it just up the bank and reel it back, that is a great way to catch fish. A great way. You get lots of numbers. This lure works in are creeks like this, creeks that aren't very wide or aren't very deep, but like with overhanging tree cover and one side that's not too much with tree cover. If you cast it under the trees and let it sit there for a few seconds, you get tons of bites. You will not be disappointed in this lure.